What's up, team? This is Eddie Gray, and if you want your song to sound like this, but you're used to hearing it sound like this, I'm going to show you the power that you can acquire when utilizing swing. You ready? Let's go. All right, so this is a document that a good friend John Landells has put together. He's actually been on the channel. Check out Composer Spotlight John Landells. And he basically did some research to back up what exactly happens when you apply swing. Now, depending on the context, and if you're utilizing an 8th note or a 16th note division, a couple of different things are going to happen. So in the case of this 8th note pattern, he essentially started to apply swing inside of the piano roll inspector, and he found that every 2nd and 4th note started to deviate from the grid. So while everything else was quantized, those specific notes, the 2nd and 4th, started to move out of position, giving the drum part a very specific feel. Now, this doesn't have to just pertain to drums, but just for illustration purposes, this is how we are running it. Now, if you try to create a swing pattern utilizing the wrong time quantization value, then it's probably not going to work. In this test, he ran with the same structure, except utilizing a 16th note pattern. And again, every 2nd and 4th note started moving slowly but surely off to the right. And again, if you use the wrong quantization level, then it's not going to work. All right, so with all that being said, I have a track here, and it's pretty straight on the grid, plain. Check it out. And while not necessarily a bad thing, I want to show you a way to make this way more interesting. So in order to get that done, we're going to bounce this to audio so it becomes one entire region. All right, so let's throw this away here. And I'm going to hit Command F to open up Flex Time, and we're going to enable Flex. That then is going to analyze all of the various transients in my performance. Now, of course, we have to choose the appropriate algorithm. I find that Logic doesn't do the best job of choosing the algorithm for me. For drums, you're probably going to get the best performance from automatic slicing, so slicing mode, or from rhythmic. So let's go with just straight up slicing. And from here, I want to start applying swing. So in order to do that, we first have to quantize this. So let me go ahead and set this to an 8th note quantize. All right, turn on the metronome. You should be here. All right, got an 8th note quantize. I'm going to go ahead and set this swing value to 60. Let's see what this sounds like. So now we're starting to get a little bit of groove. Let me go to 65 and see what that sounds like. All right, so remember, we started here. I'll disable flex. And now with the magic of swing, it's not that easy though, because we've changed the entire groove of the drums, or at least the backbeat, and so everything else is not going to follow suit. Check it out. Right, it sounds really scattered. So what are we to do? There's a couple different ways to do it. I'm going to recommend the fastest. Go into Quantize, and you want to create a groove template. Now, I've already done that. You can see that in my menu, I have a drummer bounce in place. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this to every other region on my session. So this is a legato part, so there's no reason to apply it here because it's not going to swing anything. So we'll leave that as is, but as far as this percussion tough kit part, we're going to go into the quantization menu and apply this specific groove. All right, let's listen to these in tandem. So that's hard, right? Without it, it just sounds sloppy. Check it out. Because they're not playing the same thing. They're not going in the same direction. So that sounds pretty cool. What about this 80s Mirage topper? Let's listen to the way it sounds right now. All right, so this needs it as well. So let's go and create this groove template. Here we go. Okay, so this one needs a little bit of help. Here's a value of 0. Let me bring this up to 65, see what this sounds like. All right, so that's definitely not working. Let's take it to 60. A little better. What about 55? This one shot is not necessarily going to be affected by swing, so I'm going to let this be neutral. Okay, so that's working for me. The last thing that I'm going to do here is apply this to the African kit. So again, we're going to quantize. Let's see what this sounds like. Put it up just to make sure. All right, so without it, sounds like this. Sounds okay, but it doesn't sound great, and we're always going for greatness. All right, so let's check out where we started. And in order to expedite this, let me bring this up here. All right, so this is where we started. All right, now let's put some groove into it. Here we go. All right, insert fat bass line and you get... Yo, this is Eddie Gray signing off. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you guys so much. This means the world to me to be able to spend some time with you and take our game to the next level. If you love what we're up to, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and share this information with anyone and everyone that will listen. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Let's go.